Stop scrolling. In the next few minutes, I'm going to give you 7 life-changing questions that will transform the way you see your life. And if you stay to the end, I have a special bonus that will help you take action right away. Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Tony, and I've got a question for you. Are you living on autopilot? You know, most of us are. It's like being a passenger in your own car, watching the scenery fly by without ever touching the steering wheel. We wake up, go through the motions and fall back into bed, only to do it all over again the next day. Let's be real for a second, most of us are sleepwalking through life. We're certainly moving, but are we the ones choosing the direction? It's this trance-like state where the days just blur into weeks and the weeks into years. You know that feeling when you drive home and can't remember the journey? When was the last time you really stopped and questioned why you're doing what you're doing? Now here's something I learned that changed everything for me. The quality of your life comes down to the quality of the questions you ask. It's like, if you keep asking yourself, why does this always happen to me? You're basically programming your brain to look for all the bad stuff. These 7 questions we're about to dive into, they're not easy. They're not supposed to be. They're designed to be a pattern interrupt. Alright, let's kick things off with a gut check. Question number 1. What if you had to relive this past year for the rest of your life? I mean, really think about that for a second. Every single day, every conversation, every choice, on repeat, forever. How does that make you feel? If the thought fills you with excitement, that's amazing. But if you're feeling a sinking feeling in your stomach right now, we need to talk. This isn't about getting stuck in the past, it's like a taste test for your life. If you had to eat the same meal every day forever, you'd want it to be one you truly loved, right? This question cuts through all the someday and eventually excuses and forces you to look at the life you're currently living. Are your daily actions, the small moments that make up almost all of your life, building a year you'd actually want to repeat? Now brace yourself, because this next one requires some real honesty. Question 2. What are you pretending not to know? Deep down, in that quiet place you try not to visit, you already have the answer. You know that certain friendship is draining you. You know your job is a dead end. You know that habit is chipping away at your health. We're masters at lying to ourselves, aren't we? Pretending not to know something is like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. You can do it for a while, but it takes constant mental and emotional energy. And sooner or later, it's going to pop right back up to the surface. We say, it's not that bad, or I'll deal with it later. But the truth is, once you admit something, you can't ignore it anymore. It's like turning on the lights in a messy room. Alright, time for question 3, and this one's a real mind-bender. Whose dream are you actually building? From a young age, we're handed this script for what a good life is supposed to look like. Get good grades, go to a good school, land a stable job. These scripts are written by our parents, our teachers, our culture, but I've got to ask, is your ladder leaning against the right wall? Are you chasing a job title to impress people from high school? Are you in a career to make a parent happy? Is your idea of success something you didn't even come up with? There's no deeper emptiness than getting to the top of the ladder only to find out it was against the wrong building. This question forces you to untangle your own dreams from the expectations of others. Now, let's get creative with question 4. If your life was a story, would you be a compelling protagonist? Consider your life as a movie. Try to watch it as if you're in the audience. Would you root for the main character, you? Is the hero of your story active, or are they passive? Do they make brave choices, or do they just let life happen to them? You know, a great main character makes things happen. They don't wait for the next scene to be written for them, they grab the pen and write it themselves. So, are you making choices that move your own story forward, or have you become a side character in your own life? It's about making sure that when the credits finally roll, your story is one you'd be proud to have written, and more importantly, proud to have lived. Question 5 goes deep. What is a truth you would die for? This isn't about what you'd risk your life for, like family. Most of us would do that. It's asking about a principle, a value so deep in your bones that life without it would feel meaningless. This is your non-negotiable. Is it freedom, justice, honesty, integrity? In a world that's constantly telling us to be flexible and compromise, this question reveals your anchor. When the winds of pressure and convenience start to blow, this principle holds you firm. Knowing this makes decisions so much simpler. It's what separates a life of conviction from a life of convenience. Your job, your house, your status, that can all go away. But a core principle that you stand for, that's something nobody can ever take from you. Now here's a tricky one. Question 6. If you achieved all your goals tomorrow, who would you be? Imagine I wave a magic wand and boom, overnight you have it all. The dream job, the perfect health, the financial freedom, everything. You've won the game. Now what? After the champagne runs out and the celebration ends, who are you? What do you do with your time on a Tuesday morning? This question shines a light on a dangerous trap. We wrap our entire identity in the pursuit of our goals. It's like a mountain climber who loves the act of climbing so much, they forget to enjoy the view from the top. Think of your sense of self as a house and your goals as the furniture inside. A house is still a house even when it's empty. If you can build that, you can chase your goals from a place of joy, not desperation. And now, we come to our final and perhaps most profound question. What are you willing to let die so that you can truly live? Growth isn't just about adding new things to your life, it's also about subtraction. It's like a snake shedding its skin. To grow, it has to leave the old, tight, and constricting layer behind. You can't rise from the ashes if you're not willing to let things burn. Rebirth requires a kind of death. What part of your life, your identity, or your mindset needs to be buried so that you can step into a bigger, more authentic version of yourself? Answering this takes incredible courage. It's the final step in shedding that autopilot skin and consciously creating a life that is truly, vibrantly alive. Let's quickly run through the 7 questions we covered today. What if you had to relive this past year? What are you pretending not to know? Whose dream are you building? If your life was a story, would you be a compelling protagonist? What is a truth you would die for? If you achieved all your goals tomorrow, who would you be? And what are you willing to let die so that you can truly live? These questions aren't one and done. Think of them as lifelong companions for checking in with yourself. The goal isn't to find the perfect answers, but to have the courage to keep asking. Living an intentional life isn't some destination you arrive at. It's a practice. It's the daily choice to steer your own ship instead of just letting the currents carry you. If these questions hit home and you want more tools for living a more deliberate life, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. I'd love to keep this conversation going. Down in the comments, let me know which of these 7 questions landed the hardest for you. Sharing your own experience might just be the spark someone else needs. Thank you for taking this time for yourself. Now go ask the questions. Your journey to a more intentional life starts now. Peace.